Hello and welcome to my haul for November, and it is December right now, but I did order this in November. It just took a while to dispatch. So yeah, Sci-Fi arrived today with these two piles here. This is pile here of stuff I got not from Sci-Fi. So yeah, it's not in a box because Rowan and Jet decided to rip the box up, and I had to quickly rescue the manga from inside of it before they ate that as well. I think there's a little bit of evidence still on the floor there and over there from when they destroyed it. Yeah, that's why it's not in a box. So anyway, I'm going to start with the haul, and we'll start with the non-sci-fi stuff. Oh yeah, I got bookmarks. These are the sci-fi bookmarks that I haven't already got that came with today's order. So there's this wizard dude. There's this sailor girl on a boat. And then there's this BL one. So yeah, all the other bookmarks I did already have at least one copy of, so they got handed out to everyone else. So yeah, new bookmarks. Okay, now let's get into the this part here, which is non-sci-fi. So first here is Under the Oak Tree, Volume 1. This is the light novel. I have already read the manga. I did enjoy it, and so I saw that they were releasing the novel as well, and I just had to get it as soon as possible because the first edition has these nice sprayed edges, and they're only doing this for like the first printing. And it also has like the foil cover. But this is a Korean web novel set in like, it's a fantasy world following a girl called Maxie who's been made to marry this soldier who has had to go away to fight this dragon for 3 years after they got married, and he's recently come back, and now he's like taken her to his estate, and they're kind of like, she doesn't know whether he still wants her or anything, because she was like mistreated by her father growing up and made to feel like she's unwanted and that she's useless. So she doesn't think this guy would ever like want her. But anyway, he comes to collect her, and they go to his house. And yeah, I really like the manga, so looking forward to eventually getting to read this at some point too. Although it won't be anytime soon. I have just started Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Volume 2, and I've only read one chapter. It has the first moment I saw you, I knew you would ruin me. So yeah, that is Under the Oak Tree, Manhwa Volume 1. This next one here is Volume 3 of My Love Story with Yamada-kun, Level 999, and this one I got from Dragon Ball Zoe here on YouTube. And she accidentally bought this twice, so I did a swap with one of my light novels, and I got this. So thank you, Zoe, for swapping this with me. And I really like Yamada, so I'm looking forward to being able to read Volume 3. And the last thing in this pile I got from Vinted. And this is Pre-Tier, Volumes 1 to 4. This is the complete set. And I got this off Vinted with including delivery costs for £9 for all 4 volumes. This series is out of print. I haven't seen it on eBay as a set for lower than like 40. So yeah, when I saw the seller was selling it for like £7 with 9 with delivery, I was like, that's a bargain for this series. So like, that's like less than £3 a volume. So I went ahead and I grabbed it. Pre-Tier is a magical girl series that I did watch the anime for years ago. In fact, I've seen the anime twice. And I have been wanting to read the manga, but it obviously isn't, like, it's out of print. Who publishes this? It's published by ADV Manga, which obviously they're not around anymore. But yeah, I like the anime. It was silly, but it could also get a bit dark at times. It's like one of the only magical girl series I've ever like watched. But I know the manga is different, I've heard. I mean, the anime came out after the first 2 volumes. So obviously these 2 volumes are going to follow the anime, but because these 2 volumes came out after the anime had already finished, then obviously this half is going to be different to the anime. I don't know how different because obviously I haven't read it yet. But Pretty, it's a magical girl series. We follow, what was her name again? Hermino. These are in great condition too, apart from some obviously yellowing, and there's like a little dent on this one. But other than that, the condition's great. Hermino, she finds out that she is actually somebody known as the Prettier, and she's like meant to like protect the world from someone known as the what was it, the Mistress of Calamity or something like that. It's been a while since I've watched this, but yeah, she meets this guy called Hayate, and he is one of the knights, because there's like 7 knights. I've forgotten, the Rife Knights I think they're called. And she is able to do something called Preet with these knights, where she like absorbs them inside of her, and then that makes her transform into like a magical girl. And then she fights off the minions of this, I think she's called the Mistress of Calamity, but I could be wrong. So yeah, she absorbs men inside of her and fights, basically. I really like the anime, as I said, and I'm looking forward to being able to read the source material now. So yeah, that is prettier. And at a bargain as well. And now we can get on to the sci-fi stuff that came today. So first off, I have like some light novels here, so we'll go over these first. The first one is Ripping Someone Open Only Makes Them Bleed. I don't actually know what this is about. I bought it because it's by Yoru Suminai, and I like Yoru Suminai's stuff. I've got 6 of his works. I've only read 4. I haven't read the other 2 yet. But yeah, this is his new one that came out in English recently, and I just bought it because it's Yoru Suminai. I didn't actually even know what it's about, but I can find out by reading the back cover. The person they love is just a facade. 17-year-old Akane has everything she could ever want. Friends, a boyfriend, and an all-round perfect life. No one knows that her every move is a calculated performance, dictated by a compulsive need to be liked. Her forest act is disrupted when she meets a man named I, who looks and sounds exactly like the protagonist of Akane's favourite novel. Can this be a coincidence, and if not, what does this mean? Yoru Suminai. It sounds interesting. Yoru Suminai tends to do this kind of story, and yeah. Looking forward to reading it, although I do tend to read them in the order they came out, so I will be reading his other 2 before this one. But I will get around to it eventually. I have liked every one of his light novels that I've read so far, so I'll probably end up liking that one too. The next one is An Autumn in Amber, A 0-Second Journey. This one is by the same author as The Tunnel of Summer and Wait for Me Yesterday in Spring. Again, I bought this because of the author. I've never read any of her works yet. I have all of them that are out in English, but I do like the sound of her stories. So yeah, I picked this one up again for the author. When the clock stops, the story begins. Socially awkward Rona Kayato has an intense fear of being touched and finds making friends extremely difficult. When he and his high school classmates visit Hakodate for a field trip, he suffers through some attempts to engage with the others until time stops for the entire world, but not for him. All the hustle and bustle at the city fades into an eerie veil of silence, leaving him the only soul left in motion, until he finds another in Akira. A sharp-tongued local delinquent. Though she's his total opposite, she begrudgingly agrees to help him solve the mystery. The only lead is someone Kayato's uncle said just before he died, about a world plucked out of time, as if presented in amber. Hoping to find a clue among his late uncle's possessions in Tokyo, the two teens must travel through the frozen world. Yet this author's works tend to have a bit of like a mystery theme to them, and they all sound so interesting. When it comes to light novels, it just takes me a while to actually getting around to starting them. It takes me so long to read books with like words. The manga has words, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it takes a while for me to get around to reading them and then finishing them. And then I have Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Volume 7, which I'm super excited for because this is the volume past where the anime ends, and I haven't finished the rest of them yet, and I'm going to have to read the rest of them before I can read this one, because obviously there's parts to the light novels that weren't in the anime, and I don't want to miss out on anything by just skipping straight to this one. But I have started Volume 2, and I've read the first chapter, and I'm going to make my way through them so I can get to this one. It just might take a while. But I love Sugar Apple Fairy Tale, it's my favourite, so I'm going to pick it up as it releases, even if I'm not caught up yet. But yeah, I adore this series. Okay, next, we're going on to the manga. We have A Brief Moment of Ichika, Volume 2. This is like a kind of a sad, melancholy sort of series. It's only 3 volumes long, but we follow a girl who has been told she has like 3 years to live. Or was it 2 years? Anyway, she's lived longer than her expected time that she was thought she would live. And she's going to college, and she like befriends this teacher. And he one day just disappears, and then she goes looking for him. And obviously she knows that she's living on borrowed time and that she's not going to last that much longer. It's only 3 volumes long. But I enjoyed Volume 1 enough to grab the second one, and again, just 3 volumes. Next, 15 Minutes Before We Baby Date, Volume 3. This is a super cute, like, high school romance between these two characters, and it's just very, very cute, sweet. I like the art style too. Yeah, so these two are in high school, and they're going to be graduating soon, and neither of them have ever been in a relationship, so like they just say to each other one day, why don't we just go out with each other, and that way we could at least had a relationship before we graduate high school. So yeah, they start actually dating each other, and then obviously she's actually had a crush on him for a while. And yeah, it's just very cute. I think it's only 5-6 volumes long. It's not a long series. Yeah, I really like that one. Very quick to get through too. Next is Medalist Volume 3, and the ice skating manga. I like the first 2, so here's the third one. Is the anime for this out yet, or is it coming? Or is it January? I think it's January that the anime comes out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this, like all the ice skating and stuff animated, because I have been enjoying this. And then one of my new favourites, Pop Opposites Attract Volume 2. The first volume was just adorable. It's a josei romance with dogs, and the dogs are cute. The Rottweiler is especially cute. Does it not have any eyes? It doesn't seem to have any eyes. The pom does. They're just hidden deep within its soul. So yeah. Oh, there's a new dog on the back. This looks like an Akita or a Shiba. This is like a new character that's come into it, and this looks like this guy's brother. So maybe this is going to be like a love interest for this guy's younger brother, maybe. I'll be interested to find out. Yeah, it's kind of, it's slice of life, cuteness, with these two meeting and bonding over their dogs. And even the title page has got cuteness to it. Again, the Rottweiler doesn't seem to have any eyes. Pretty sure it had eyes on the first volume. It definitely had eyes in the first volume. Does it just... Did it lose its eyes between the first and second volume? I'm trying to find a picture of it. This is all the Sheba. Okay, again. Did they forget to give it eyes in this volume, or did it lose them? I'm confused. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have any on any of the pictures of it. Oh there, I found its eyes. They're shut, but they're there. I found its eyes. They exist. Okay. Now that that's sorted, let's move on. Next, I have Home Office Romance, and this is a one-shot from the creator of Sweat and Soap. It's about two people who live next door to each other who work from home, I think. I think that's what it's about. Or do they just work overtime and like take their work home with them? Something like that. But it's from the author Sweat and Soap, and I really like Sweat and Soap, so I'll probably end up liking this one too. Looks good. Next, In the Clear Room at Dusk, Volume 7. I think this ended recently in Japan. I don't know at how many volumes though, but I really like this series. It's high school romance. It's Miki Yamamori. I tend to like her work anyway. But yeah, Volume 7. I know this volume's been out for a while. It just took a while for me to pick it up. And then, because these are so like quick and easy to read, and I fell behind, I have 6, 7, and 8 of the Ice Guy and the Cool Girl. This is one of my favourite Josei series, and obviously I fell behind because when I went onto Sci-Fi to get Volume 6, I saw that 7 and 8 were also out, so I was like, these volumes are like super skinny, I can get through them really fast, so why not just get them all? Why not just get them all? I like the art as well. These colour pages are very nice. And so I did. So here's 6, 7 and 8. I might even be able to get through all 3 of these in one day, or at least 2 of them, because I think 2 of them is about manga size. So I could probably read 2 of these in one day at least. Possibly all 3. But yeah, I really like this series. It's a super cute office romance. And now we have some smut. This is I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess Betrothed, Volume 1. This is the sequel to I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess. I enjoyed that, so I'll probably enjoy the sequel as well. I'm guessing why they did this is because of the light novels. I'm guessing Volumes 1 to 3 might cover Volume 1 of the light novels, and then this one might cover Volume 2. And that's why they changed the name, rather than just continuing it under the original name, or something like that. I don't know how many volumes the light novel actually has. Will they do like the same thing again, where once they get to Volume 3, will they change the name again? Perhaps. Who knows? And then we have, this one isn't even plastic wrapped. There mustn't be that much smut in this first volume, either that or they just didn't care to plastic wrap it. But this is a suitable fetish. This is a steamship, obviously. This is about a woman who has a fetish for men in suits. I quite like the art style, from just what I've seen from the cover. I think she meets a guy at work who's in a suit, and they do adult things in the bedroom together. I think it's an office romance. looking forward to that one, as I do with most steamships. Anyway, next is Sheltering Eves. This is a new one by the author of Perfect World, and I loved Perfect World, and I'm super excited to get into this one. This one is about, from what I remember, 2 orphans who are living in like a children's home, and they're close to turning 18, which means they're gonna have to leave the children's home because obviously they'll be adults and they won't be like fit the criteria to stay anymore. And she's been protected by him since she was first arrived or something like that. That's from what I remember. She was sent at the age of 10 after her mother abused her. Tenjaku, a boy the same age, took her under his wing. Now as teenagers, Yoku and Tenjiro only have a year left before they are legally required to leave the home. And they must pack a lot of growing up into a short period of time. The foremost decision is Yoru's mind. What to do about feelings for Tenjaku that she sheltered in her heart during their years together. Yeah, I very like the sound of this one. Obviously, it's probably going to be an emotional read, a bit like Perfect World was, because that's what this author does. So yeah, I'm highly looking forward to giving it a read. Next is A Sign of Affection Volume 10. Again, very like the series. Gonna be continuing it. We're now in double figures. I'm in terms of the volume numbers. But yeah, Sign of Affection is great. The anime's great too. And this pile is looking rather precarious. Anyway, the last one in this pile is To Your Eternity Volume 20. And this is the first volume in the new arc, which is like the future arc. And I don't know how much longer they're going to keep this series going for, but I think it's getting to the point now where it should really just end. We finished the first arc in a good place, we finished the second arc in a good place, but it's not wrapped up yet, we're just going on to a third one. But I think this will probably be the last arc, because I don't know where they could possibly take it past the future. So yeah, we'll see. And that is the Leaning Tower of manga. Anyway, next is Delinquent Daddy and Tender Teacher Volume 4. And surprisingly, this is the only BL I picked up this month. Last month I picked up quite a lot, but this month this is the only one I got. So yeah. But I do really love this series. It's really not cute. It's a teacher, and this is one of his students, and this is the student's dad, and he recently lost his wife and is a single father, and he starts coming around to like help him out because he's not really like good with the housework or anything like that. And he used to have a crush on them because they used to go to high school together, and yeah. This is them in high school. It's very cute. And I'm glad it continued going past being a one-shot because I really like this series. I'm gonna put that there. Next is a new one. This is Diary of a Female Read. This is a new shoujo from 70s. I'm pretty sure it's about a girl who wants to be the heroine in a love story or something like that. She wouldn't consider herself a main character. Unlike her older brother and her mother, Harry doesn't need to. All she wants is a true friend. He brings home a classmate. Her brother brings home a classmate, and they decide to teach her about love so she can be the main character instead of a side character. Yeah, I thought it sounded interesting. So yeah, I grabbed it. The art looks nice. So looking forward to giving this one a go. Then another one of my favourites, Lonely Castle in the Mirror Volume 4. This is the penultimate volume. I'm pretty sure the last one is out in March. Although I could be wrong. But yeah, looking forward to reading this fourth volume and then the last one, and then after I read the final volume, I'm gonna look for the film, which I still not have much luck in finding, and then maybe pick up the novel. I shouldn't be opening this because there'll probably be spoilers. And then I have a Reincarnated Witch Spells Doom Volume 5, another series I really love. This is an isekai, where a girl is reincarnated as in this world as a witch. Well, everyone in this world has magical powers. Her magical powers just happen to be different to everyone else's. She has the power to, like, throw of destroying things and also perish, where she, like, uses as weed killer. But she meets the prince. She's like a shut-in in her house because of something that happened when she was a child, and the prince collapses outside her door one day, and then after she, like, heals him, he takes her to the capital, and there's dragons. The series has dragons. The dragons also turn into people. But yeah, I've been enjoying this one a lot. It's good. I don't usually tend to like isekai, but I do really like this one. I'm not sure who this character is, though. Next, I have Inspector Volume 20, which I didn't already have. I thought I did when I saw this and these, and I didn't pick it up, but turns out I didn't, so now I do. I love Inspector. It's a mystery series with supernatural elements. And I love the main character. She's great. Next is another new one. This is Julieta Suzuki, the author of Kami-sama Kiss's new work. This is Otaku Vampire's Love Bite. It's about a vampire who's an otaku, and I'm pretty sure this guy is her neighbour, and he looks like the main character in a anime or like otome game or something that she likes. But she's just like an otaku vampire. And it sounded very good. I've heard nothing but good things about it. Next, in the Shoujo Beat department, is Yone of the Dawn, Volume 42. Keeping up with the series. This is such a nice cover, especially the birds. Some nice sparrows on this cover. And ow. The squirrel scene. All these sparrows are also details, and then there's a simplistic owl. It's cute. Next, this isn't in the Shoujo Beat department, this is Yen Press, but this is Agents of the Four Seasons. This is the manga adaptation of the light novel, Volume 1. I have the light novel, but I'm yet to read it, so I thought, the manga's coming out. I'll read that, and then I'll get round to reading the light novel at some point. But yeah, this is about the personification of the seasons, I do believe. The art's nice. I know this is published in La magazine. But locked in the endless dance, the seasons flourish but do not yield their time willingly to the winds of change. Transitioning them is a responsibility undertaken by humans, known as Agents of the Four Seasons. 10 years ago, Lady Hinakiku failed in her duties as the agent of spring. Now flanked by her royal protector Sakura, she has returned to thaw the cold winter once again, but the music did not cease in her absence, and for 10 years it fell upon the other agents to uphold this eternal dance. If Lady Hinaku is to fulfill her duty, she must bring spring to a world that has forgotten its warmth, and find her footing among those who have carried on without her all these years. Right, so it's about humans have to, like, manually change the seasons. So, and she, like, quit her job, I'm guessing, and therefore spring ceased to exist because there's no one to make it spring. So it was just, like, going summer, autumn, winter, summer, autumn, winter without any spring in there. And now she's come back to do her job again, but the world's kind of forgotten that spring ever existed, so she's gonna have to, like, make them remember. I guess that's what it's about. Anyway, it sounds very interesting. I thought the light novel sounded interesting too. Anyway, this is another Shoujo Beat. And there's more shoujo further down. It's not in any particular publishing order. This is Correct Desires to Die. I've been highly anticipating the release of this one. It's a new fantasy shoujo set in like Greek mythology about a doctor who's like exhausted. She's suffering from burnout and she's just had enough, so she decides to throw herself down a well. But instead of dying, she kind of ends up in the underworld, and she's summoned there by some skeleton men because Hades, obviously the ruler of the underworld, is sick and she's a doctor, so they ask her to heal him, and so she agrees and does just that, I'm guessing. So yeah, I've heard great things about this one and I've been wanting to read it for a while, so I'm looking forward to setting my eyes upon the pages. Next is Associate Professor Akira Takatsuki's Conjecture, Volume 4. This is the penultimate volume. There is only 5 volumes to the manga. The light novel goes on a lot longer, but the manga only has 5 volumes. So what I'm thinking is once I read Volume 5, I think Volume 5 is also out, but I'm thinking once I read Volume 5, I might grab the light novels, because I think with 5 volumes, most likely it's only going to be like covering the first like 2 light novels. So it's not going to like finish the story in that time. So yeah, I do enjoy this one. It's a josei mystery series and has some supernatural aspects to it, but yeah, I'm definitely really enjoying it. So I might switch to the light novels, but when I will read them, I do not know. Next is Snow White with the Red Hair, Volume 26. This is off hiatus now. It was on hiatus for quite a while, but it's back releasing again, and it's Volume 26. Well, I can't even remember what happened in the last volume. It has been a while since we've had one. I'm gonna have to go back and like refresh myself by like skimming through the previous couple of volumes to just remember everything that was going on before reading this one. It feels a bit skinnier and floppy. I do love it when they flop. Next, I grabbed volumes 6 and 7 of Honey Lemon Soda. I noticed that both were out, and I thought, I do really enjoy the series. Why not just grab them both? So I did. So here's 6 and 7. It's a high school romance about a shy girl who likes barely speaks. She's known as Rocky because every time someone speaks to her, she like freezes up like a rock. And she's going to this high school where she meets K, who has honey lemon soda coloured hair, and he's like helping bring her out of her shell. And yeah, it's very cute. I do enjoy this one. I know in Japan it's like over 20 volumes long currently. Yeah. Next, only 3 more left, is Honey Lemon... well, no, it's not. I've just talked about Honey Lemon Soda. It's No Longer Heroin, Volume 7. This continues to be... something. I do really like the series, but yeah, the characters make very, very bad choices. And they do things that are not great. But yeah, it's fun to watch. And I do really like the main girl, even if she's not like perfect. But the guy, not this guy, the main guy, the black guy, he's kind of very annoying me right now. And then we have volume 15 of Monthly Girls Nadakigun. This series releases so slowly. I think we get 1 a year, or possibly 2. 14 might have come out earlier this year. Yeah, I love Nozaki-kun, it's great. 4 panels, comedy manga. And it's just never gets old. I just love it. And then the last one is Mao, volume 17. Again, still continue on with Mao. I think 18 might be out as well, actually. But I don't know how long the series is in Japan, but I know it's going to be long because it's Rumiko Takahashi and most of her stuff is long, apart from like Mermaid Saga and £1 Gospel aren't that long. But yeah, Inuyasha's long, Ram the Half, Renee. So this one's probably going to be definitely 50-40 volumes. But I enjoy it. It's the most similar series to Inuyasha that is not Inuyasha. And I'm looking forward to reading it. And that is it for the month and the haul. And I hope you enjoyed. And I will be back again probably. I've got a reading log to do for November, but I'm thinking of doing that on Monday. So yeah, I will see you on Monday for the reading log. So yeah, bye bye.